Hello. Hi, everybody. Thanks for that lovely introduction. Such a pleasure to be with you all. I wish I could have been here for more of this, but I've been teaching about honeybees all morning. So yeah, I know lunch is approaching and I don't want to put myself between you and lunch. So we're gonna go until noon. And so before we get started, so this is going to be guided meditation that we're going to do. So I'll walk you through it. But just before we start, I just want to thank you all for being here and doing this work. I know all of you are doing this work towards planetary health, if we want to frame it that way, in many diverse and different ways. And that's just such important work and labor these days in the world. So even though I don't know a lot of you, although I do know some of you, I know you're all doing work that's just so incredibly important. So thank you for whatever it is that you're doing to move us towards sustainability and reducing the amount of harm and suffering that's happening and will happen in the future. So yeah, so I'm going to guide us in about 10 minutes of meditation, and then I'll stick around for a few minutes afterwards if anybody wants to talk about meditation, mindfulness, Dharma, and the relationship between that and personal, interpersonal, and planetary health, which is a favorite topic of mine. So I see these things as all inextricably interrelated, as I'm sure many of you do too. So, talking to Christine for about 30 seconds before we got started, we came up with a plan. Um, and luckily, I do this a lot, although not necessarily for such a big group very often. And I'm going to lead us in a practice. Well, the first thing I'll say is this is 100% voluntary. And I feel like it's really important to say, especially in guiding people to go inwards and pay attention to how they feel and to actually notice what's going on in there. That can be intense. And I don't want anybody to feel like you have to do anything. So just, preemptive sort of caveat that this is all challenge by choice. And I'm going to offer instructions, and it might sound like I'm telling you what to do, but just know that you have agency, and I really want to encourage you to exercise your sovereignty, in what you do with your own mind. Not that we're going to do anything that intense, um, but that's relative, for some people, just sitting and being quiet with your eyes closed for a few minutes is really intense for very valid reasons. So I'm going to sit down just to join you all in sitting. And we're gonna do sort of a few preliminary simple practices to guide us in. And then the main practice that I want to do with you all today is called breathing with the trees. And this is a practice that I learned from one of my friends and mentors, Kaylin Sullivan Two Trees, who some of you may know. She's based part of the time here in Vermont and has taught some really amazing classes here at UVM from time to time. She actually calls it the trees are breathing us. So that's another way to think about it. So we'll begin, and I'll invite you first just to get as comfortable as you can. So just check in with your body, check in with your posture. Is this how you want to be for the next 10 minutes? If not, feel free to adjust. You can sit, you can stand, you can lie down if you want to. So just taking a few moments to notice your body, any adjustments, stretching, or moving that you need to do. This is ultimately about well-being. And so let's start with that. You don't need to add any suffering to your experience right now. And you can close your eyes if you like, or just find somewhere to rest your gaze. And as we're beginning to settle in, I want to invite you to just recognize that for the next 10 minutes, we're entering into a different type of space, a different way of being. You don't need to accomplish anything or go anywhere. You don't need to perform or be anybody in particular. We're, as much as possible, just setting that aside for now to move into a different way of being. where the main orientation is just to be present with whatever's arising, to not fight whatever you're experiencing, to not grasp after something different, just to experiment with what it's like to be really present, open, spacious, grounded with what's happening right here, right now, internally and externally. So you can take a couple deep breaths at your own pace. Just a nice big inhale, nice full exhale. Really try to notice, what does that exhalation feel like? Attuning to the quality of relaxation, letting go, release on the exhale. And on the inhale, noticing the qualities of expansion, the energizing quality of the inhale. And if you feel like either of these two energies is what you need, a little bit more energy and uplift, you can really emphasize the inhale. If it feels like some letting go, relaxation, and grounding would be helpful for you, you can emphasize the exhale. And then you can allow your breath to return to natural rhythm. And again, we'll bring our attention to the body. And you can just gently allow your attention to flow through your body from your head down to your feet, just noticing all of the different sensations that are present. And also just seeing if there's anything you can relax. Is there any voluntary tension you're holding anywhere that you might be able to let go of? Relaxing the forehead, the jaw, shoulders, belly. And from here, we're going to move into a little bit of grounding, connecting with earth energy, the experience of being grounded and held. So I'll invite you to just notice the sensations of being supported by your chair, just in a simple, direct way. The sensations of pressure, contact, temperature, just actually noticing that the chair is supporting you in space right now. And you can feel your feet on the ground. And again, just seeing if you can actually feel that. It's not about thinking about it, but direct sensations of feet on the ground. And even just with these simple experiences of being supported by a chair, of feeling your feet on the ground, you can connect to the experience of being supported, being held, to the qualities of solidity, firmness, groundedness. And then you can allow your attention to drop even lower, imagining it dropping down through the floor and just becoming aware of the ground and the earth below us, the soil, the water, and the massive slab of bedrock, miles thick, that is supporting and holding us right now. Just Seeing if you can attune yourself to the presence of the earth and the bedrock below us. Again, connecting to this sense of solidity of being held and supported by the earth, quite literally. And then when you're ready, coming back again to the body. We'll bring a light attention again to the rise and fall of the breath. And just beginning to contemplate the in-breath and the out-breath. As you exhale, you can imagine the breath going out, mingling with the air in this room, expanding and diffusing out. Just imagine it expanding, finding its way outside, catching the breeze, joining the atmosphere. And thinking about the green photosynthesizing beings all around us, the trees, the grass, the shrubs, the flowers. And you can imagine that as you exhale, those green beings are inhaling that carbon dioxide. And in turn, they're exuding oxygen into the atmosphere. And as you inhale, you can begin to imagine that you're inhaling that very oxygen into your body, imagining it's moving into your lungs, diffusing into your bloodstream, nourishing every cell in your body. And you can allow this view of breathing with the trees to expand, contemplating all of the photosynthesizing beings on this planet, the trees, grasses, shrubs, the phytoplankton in the ocean, and just simply recognizing that we're breathing with all the green, all the trees. So we'll just spend a few more moments just simply breathing, being aware that we're breathing with the trees, that just simply in this automatic function of our body, we're always already deeply interconnected with life on this planet. And then so beginning to close, just calling yourself back. If you're holding images of trees or anything else, you can just let that dissolve. Bringing yourself back to this room, this chair, taking a moment again to ground yourself, feeling your feet touching the ground. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I'll invite you to just do a little bit of movement or stretching to help reawaken your body. All right. Thank you all. It's really nice to spend a little bit of time with you. I hope you enjoy your lunch. If you felt like you connected to any sense of groundedness or peace or interconnection, just see if you can try to carry that through the day, bring it to your interactions, your choices, your actions. Okay, thank you.